guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make these two little snowmen. I think they are the cutest little things. And I'm going to do them with polyurethane resin and let them cure up. And then once they cure, I'm going to paint them with some acrylic markers. I ordered this huge Let's Resin 136 color acrylic marker set that I want to try. So we're going to try to paint up the polyurethane with the markers, with the snowman. Now this is a Santa sack, and I think down here is the top part. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill it up the way I want to, but I'm going to try, because if you turn this inside out, you can see where it goes around through here. And I'd kind of like to have white glitter to fill that part up, but I'm afraid it's going to go onto my Santa sack. But then I'm going to use markers to paint all these snowflakes and Christmas trees and the ribbon up after. And I don't know if I want to use a mica powder for the bag, which is probably what I'm going to do, and not a glitter. But I'd like to do the white glitter and try to get it around the top part. We'll see how it works. So let's see if I can get this polyurethane open. Last time my husband had to open these for me, and I did clean them off to try to prevent them from getting stuck. But I still think it's stuck again. I don't know if I can get it. I wonder if I can get part A. Yeah, part A comes open. All right, guys, I'm going to work on trying to get this open, and we'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, guys, so I got it open. I'm going to do this over here because of what happens is it leaks down the side or around the top up here, and this part B does set up. It dries out on itself, I think. Now, I always like to pour my part B first. And I'm going to do 2 ounces. Let me get a stick here. I'm going to do 2 ounces of part B and 2 ounces of part A. And I just had some of that to go into my cup. All right. And I've seen some more go in there. Here we go. I tried my best to prevent that from happening the last time I used this, but still did. Now, you know, you don't have to mix this up for maybe 30 seconds. You'll feel it starting to get warm. And then you just start pouring it. Now, there are some things that you can use to get this to color. Mica powders, they work okay. Pigment dyes do not. Pigment paste does not work very well in this. Liquids work better, but not the pastes. I did try pastes once and they didn't work very well. All right. Get this to drain off here. Alrighty. Lay that down there. Now, this one doesn't dry out like the other, so we're going to do up to 4 on this. Okay. I'm going to clean this off really quick, just where I laid it down, and put the lid back on that. Now, there's no way to get the bubbles out of this just because it cures so fast. So hopefully we don't get many bubbles. And you just got to mix it. I'm scraping the sides here. And it will cure completely white. Now, if you don't have long with this, it'll start getting thick and gooey, and yeah, it's starting to warm up. Get down in those corners, scrape the sides again. The deeper it is, the quicker it's going to cure. I hope 4 ounces is enough for both of these. I think it will be. All right, that's all I'm doing. I scrape that off, and we're going to pour. And here we go. Just hoping that I don't get bubbles down in there. Okay. There's that one. 2 ounces. Hopefully 2 ounces is enough to fill this other one up. He's going to be slightly under. I'll have to mix up some more and fill him completely up. You can see how it's already starting to thicken. Now, I've heard some people say that the polyurethane doesn't stink, but to me, I think it smells like gasoline. So I don't know. I don't know why, but that's what it reminds me of. Okay. Now, I'm going to clean this stick off, because I'm going to use that again. All right, let's get us a smaller cup. Come on. I really think I don't even need an ounce, I don't think. So I'm going to use this little measure cup and see if I can mix it up in it, just enough to finish filling that up. I don't see any bubbles down in that, I don't think. I do see one here. I don't know if it's too thick or if it'll come out, but I did push it, so we'll see how it ends up. I can't tell if the bubble's moving or if it's kind of staying there. I can see it already curing, but you guys can too. See that? Cures really quickly. Okay. Let me turn the heat off. I only put 10 mils in there, 10 milliliter, because I think that will be plenty. If I mix it with 10 more and get 20. Okay. Now let's see about this one and go up to 20. There we go. Really don't need this big stick. I need a smaller one. Okay. Yeah, that's almost cured up, isn't it? Oh, I think it missed his nose. I think I got a bubble on his nose. Probably both of them. Or it's either a bubble on their nose or it's not turned white yet. So we'll see. But you can see how quick that cures. Scrape the sides here. This is why I like the little medicine cups here, because you can mix up small amounts. Almost. I can feel it starting to warm up. So it is time to pour. I'm going to try to pour that all the way to the top there. And this one looks like it didn't completely get to the top. So we're going to put a little more in that. Let that spread out. And hopefully make that top flat. Okay, I think that's all I'm getting out of that. Alrighty, guys. So we are going to let that cure up. Let me get my little thing here. And I'm going to put these up. I'm going to mix up some regular epoxy resin. And I'm going to mix up 4 ounces. And we're going to get to this one. So I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, guys. So they're still very, very warm. But my nose is turned white, so they did have stuff in them. I don't see any bubbles rolling them around. So we'll just let them continue to do their thing. I've got 4 ounces of resin I just mixed up. I'm going to use this white iridescent glitter. So it's got some blue and green, gold, red. It's all according to how you look at it. Just a very fine glitter. And I'm going to use a lot of it because I'm not putting glue in this. And I know that's a lot of glitter. I find when I use a lot of glitter like that, it cures great. But it doesn't sink. So let me get it mixed in here. Get it mixed into the bottom resin instead of just all the top. And I'm going to put this in the vacuum chamber. And I don't think we'll need it all. But I wanted to make sure we had enough. So we might find something else. I have an idea if we have enough left of what I want to do with it. So, all right, I'm going to get this in the vacuum chamber and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, so I got this out of the debubbler. It's still got some bubbles in it. It's very thick with the glitter, so it's very hard to debubble, but it is degassing some on its own. Just letting them come up to the top there and pop. You can see them popping. There's another little bubble. Just going to spritz it with a little alcohol. Now I am going to spritz some alcohol down in here just because I don't want bubbles down in that. So, and I really would like to get it just down inside and not on the bag itself. But I don't know if we can do that. So let's see what we can do. There's the alcohol that I poured in that. Just going to try to pour this and let it kind of roll around on its own. Almost. And it still went down the side of that. Okay. Now see, I still feel like I'm going to end up having to paint the bag or paint the top. And I don't want to paint the top because I think it looks so pretty with that glitter down in there. I've only used a ½ ounce. And I think we're good on the glitter. I could use just a little bit more in this one little area over here, but I'm not sure. Let's see. There we go. Now I think we've got part of the bag probably. but we can fix that. No problem. All right, so what I use, a little more than a ½ ounce. So I've got an idea what I want to do with that, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got 3 of the molds. These are all angels, different little angels. Now, I think I've got enough to do this one, but I don't think I'll have enough to do the other 2. So, I'm going to spritz some alcohol down in here. There's a lot of little details down in this mold. I'm just going to roll that around, squish it, and hopefully that will help me to prevent bubbles. And then we're going to take this glitter and fill this little angel mold up. I'm going to fill it not quite full, and then I'm going to squish it around a little bit in case there are some bubbles. I just want to get under those wings right there. Okay, I think that's good. I think I'll still be able to do one of the others. Just want to squish around in case there's bubbles down in there and try to get those out. I don't think there are, but you never know. And then we can do some painting up afterwards. So let's finish this. Like I said, I only used a ½ ounce on that mold over there. So how much did this little angel use? Okay. Let's see how much. I have 1 ounce left. So that took about 2 ounces. Gosh, I don't think I have enough to do either one of these, but this one looks like it might take less. So we're going to try it. That one over there looks a little more open than this one. Okay, squeeze down in the wings here. Now let's see if we can, I'm going to take this stick out and get me a spatula where I can scrape every bit of this. Okay. Get all that glitter off of that. All right. Spatula. Let's move him. I know if I leave him sitting there, I'm probably going to dump him over. I'm going to spritz a little bit because it's got a little bubble there. I'm going to spritz down in there just in case. All right. Now, let's see how much this little sucker, if we've got enough to fill him up. I'm going to have to squeeze it as well, because I know there's got to be bubbles. There's a lot of little intricate details down in this mold. I don't think we're going to be able to feel it. I don't know. I believe we might. We're going to be close anyways. All right, let's squeeze before we scrape the rest of that, just in case. I'm going to squeeze this wing. Okay. I can see the glitter in it. It looks like it's very thin. Ooh, there's a bubble. We got one from somewhere. Okay. Squeeze it again. Now there's some little tiny intricate details on the front here. And I don't know how to make sure that it's getting all those little details down in there. Just pull it apart maybe. I don't know how else. All right, I think we might be good. Let's see if we can get enough out of this cup to fill that up. I think we might be able to. That's going to be awesome. Another little bit here. Try not to overflow. Heck yeah. It's always a good day when it works out that way. Just don't want it to be overflowing there. Because I think I did. Just a smidgen. Alrighty. That one. Wonder if we could get another drop or two in there. I believe we can scrape this cup and that will hold the rest of it. So, it's amazing what 4 ounces can do. Whoops, and I just dumped it over. I told you. If I didn't move it, I'd dump it. And that's exactly what I did. I moved the back one and didn't move the front one. See if we can get all this back into that. I think I'm one of the clumsiest people there are. You kind of get used to it. And there's no point in letting it ruin your day. My husband's always telling me he didn't know why I don't get upset over things so easy. And when things happen, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't go back and prevent it. All you can do is deal with it and move on. So why ruin your day? Why be in a bad mood for something you can't change? I don't understand. I'd rather enjoy every day. Okay. And we got him filled back up, so good deal. Or her. Angels can be a him or a her, right? But this is probably a her, because most molds you find are her angels. Little girly angels. I don't know what this one is, though. I just thought angels would be cute for Christmas. I kind of associate them with Christmas. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do. Now, get that last little bit back there. Yeah, I better not put that there. He's kind of full. Alright, guys, I'm going to clean those up. We didn't use this one, so we'll make this one another time. But I'm pretty sure I might have a couple more angel molds. So maybe we'll do a video with just angels if I can find them. I know I've got them over in a box over there. There's a little bubble. I'm waiting for it to pop. There he goes. Alright, I'm going to move this little sucker back here so that doesn't happen again. And let's clean this up. I don't want to leave any uncured resin there for me to stick my arm in. Okay. There we go. Let's check these out. I think we'll be able to demold those soon. So I'll see you guys shortly. Alright guys, I think these are ready to demold and then we can paint them up. Just gotta, there we go. They're still just slightly warm. Not bad. I love the way this polyurethane, I got a little bubble on his mitten. How smooth this polyurethane cures up. Okay, almost. Alright, is that it? Just one bubble on his mitten. A little hair back there. Okay, that is cute. I'll have to try to fix that with some UV. That way we can paint the mittens up and you won't be able to see it. These will take me a while to paint, I think. There's a lot of detail. Okay. They still need to cool down just a little bit. Oh, he doesn't have any bubbles. Isn't it so cute? I just love it. All right, I'm going to let them completely cure down before I start to paint those. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and try to fix the bubble. So let's see if we can do that. I've never tried to use UV resin on polyurethane to see if it would cure. So we'll see. Get me some gloves on here. And let's just get, I guess I need a light, don't I? Cure up. I don't need just a bubble. And there's hair on this too. You don't even let my little kitties in here and they steal. I think what it is it's on me. Because my little punky, she's a little calico and she's 6 months old, just turned 6 months old. Today, actually. I have that little sucker so spoiled. She thinks she's supposed to lay on my shoulder 24/7. So as soon as I get home from work, here she comes. And I have to pick her up and lay her on my shoulder, carry her around and love on her. Or she'll try to lead me to my recliner and get me to sit down so she can climb up on my shoulder. But she's the cutest little thing. And my husband says I've got her too spoiled, but I love that little kitty. Okay. All I'm getting is bubbles out, I believe. There we go. Now I got some UV. I don't think I need that much, though. Okay. Just a drip. And I don't need that much either. Give me a paper towel. So I can try to get some of this off. Okay. I think I'm good. All right. Let's see if we can get this to cure up. Get it to stay. Usually it doesn't take long to cure. Should probably go ahead and put the lid on that. Get that wiped up. Okay. All right, it cured up. Good deal. And it's going to stay, so you can fix bubbles on polyurethane as well. And I think I might be able to go ahead and paint these up. So guys, I'm going to put you all on a time lapse and I'm going to paint these little suckers up. So I'll see you back in a bit. Okay guys, so all of this has cured up. So we are going to mix up some resin. I have 5 ounces of resin here. I have 2.5 ounces part B, 2.5 ounces part A. I'm going to put a little scoop of this in here, maybe just a little bit more. I'm hoping this will be a really pretty color for this. This is the Dianca Pours Solar Flare. Let me get that lid back on there. I'm blowing it everywhere. Get a paper towel. Okay. Solar Flare by Dianca Pours. Now this red, I've only used it once, and let me tell you, it stains. I painted a mold, and it would not come off the mold, even to clean up. So I won't use this color to paint a mold again, because if you make any mistakes, go out the lines, you can't get it off. I don't know what she uses to color it, but it's permanent, that's for sure. All right, let's see if this is enough color. I think it will be. You know, your color gets stuck on the side, so you got to scrape it off there as well. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. That's the color we have. It's got a slight pink tint to it. But I'm going to mix this up, and we're going to get to pouring. See you in just a moment. All right, guys, I got it out of the debubbler. I am spritzing a little alcohol down in this mold, just in case. And I did spritz a little bit on top of the resin itself because it didn't get all of the bubbles out. Now, I've got to make sure no bubbles get down in there without trying to break the white part loose. You'll hear my air purifier going like crazy over there where it spits that alcohol. You just want to pour it slowly in hopes that it'll get in all those little snowflake areas. This has snowflakes all over it. I hope 5 ounces is enough. I think it will be. There we go. Alright, we're going to stop right here because I'm going to see if I can try to get any bubbles that might be around those snowflakes loose. Hoping maybe if I just kind of move it around a little bit, because I'd like to highlight those in gold maybe. So just pressing around on them. Okay, I think we're okay. Now let's finish filling this up. It looks kind of crooked, doesn't he? Not quite round. Oh well. If the bag was sitting on the ground, it wouldn't be quite round though, would it? Okay, so this held 6 ounces because we have the 1 ounce or the ½ ounce for the snow down in there. So 6 ounces is what you want for this mold. And that is that. All right. And y'all know I'm going to scrape that cup and just put a little bit in a turtle and use these as little dump molds. Sometimes they fill all the way and sometimes I can only fill them part way, and they get multiple colors, but they turn out really cute. Okay, let me just finish cleaning this cup out. One last little scrape. Okay. Now let's scrape around the rim here. All right. Okay. And I'm going to clean this off, so I'm just going to spritz it with some alcohol. And I'm going to spritz that and that. Now let's demold our angels. This one's got a piece of silicone. And I will do a time lapse to paint these up. Oh, it's a matte mold. And you see, I cleaned my gloves off. I'm still getting red all over that mold. Oh, she's going to be pretty. I'm going to try my best to paint her up. I'm going to have to cut that little part out there because it looks like there's no silicone in there, so it's just kind of open. Very easy to trim out though. You'll never know it was there. There we go. Almost. I see a little piece in there. I'll probably take my tweezers. I think I got it. Alright. She's going to be really, really pretty, but we'll shine her up. Paint her up and shine her up. Now, what about this one? Okay. This is the one that I dumped over because it's got resin on the This one's a little harder to get out. Even though it's very squishy silicone. I don't want to break a wing or anything off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to clean that out. That red got on everything. Alright. Isn't she pretty? Paint her hair up. Try to paint her face. I don't know if I can or not. She's got a little hole in the wing here. I can fix that. And a hole here in her gown. So we'll fix that. Alright guys. I'll do a time lapse. Try to paint these up the best I can. And I'll combine the time lapse with this, with the snowflakes. And those markers are amazing. They are the best ones I've ever used. They just go on so smooth and they actually cover. So we'll do a time lapse, paint these up, and then we'll come back and demold the rest. So see you guys shortly. All right, guys, this is cured up. So we are going to get this. I haven't got to the angels yet. We're going to get this unmolded, and then we're going to fix it up. It's a matte mold as well, I think. It is. We'll paint all those little snowflakes and things up and fix it up. And we'll do it all when we do the angels. So let's see if I can get that out of there. Oops. There's something in the mold. All right. Flip-flop this back the right way. All right. This is cute. Now, part of this is the bag, but I think it looks okay the way it is. But I'm going to trim this bottom, paint up all these little snowflakes and that tree, the ribbon, and then I'm going to take everything outside after I paint everything up and fix it, and then spray it, and we'll come back after the time lapse and see how everything turned out. So I'll see you guys shortly.
Linda's got a room, resin filling up, making things anew. Christmas is a cup, epoxy is the way. Acrylic paint all day. Raisin Christmas, snowman couples, angels kisses. Santa's got a sack filled with Christmas joy. Linda's on the right track, epoxy paint employed. Raisin Christmas, snowman couples, angels kisses. Paint it up, paint it down, Christmas all around the town. Raisins spinning round and round, best Christmas ever found.
Alright guys, so I got everything done up. I painted up the snowmans with the marker. And this is my little fella. I think he is as cute as can be. Then I sprayed them. I must have scraped them as I was touching them, so I'm going to have to do some touch-ups. And then my little lady, she is still a little wet. I gave her a little purse, and I put these little flowers around her little hat. Scraped some of her too, so I'm going to have to give her a little touch up as well. But that's all I've done to those little things. I thought they're so cute. Now the angels, I left the faces alone because I just make it look like a gom. I know I would. So I just painted their hair and their robes, and I painted the flowers around her hair. And then I took everything outside and I sprayed them up. Now this little angel, this is supposed to be her stomach exposed because she's got a little belly button. I don't like that. I think she needs to be fully clothed. That's my opinion. So I painted her belly as well to make it part of the gown. And I left the wings alone and the faces and hands alone. And that's all I've done to those. And then sprayed them up. And then our little Santa sack. Took some markers, painted the snowflakes, the Christmas tree, that little thing, and then the ribbon. And then took him outside and sprayed him up as well because he was matte. So gave him a little gloss shine coat. And that's all I did, guys. So that is it for this video. I'll take some photos, post them at the end, and I'll see you guys back for the next one. Bye for now.